My dad's day job is actually a physio, so he managed to get into the Scotland's men's team, working as a masseuse probably about 10 years ago now. Early memories for me going to watch the Scotland games, you know, Scott Brown, Darren Fletcher, Stephen Naismith, people that were huge stars for me growing up, and I just wanted to be like, especially Scott Brown playing for Celtic. So he managed to be the masseuse, and I got to go to a few games, meet the players, and I was absolutely starstruck. Not so much probably by the players, but I couldn't believe that my dad was part of the Scotland team. I used to come down when my dad was a physio of Queen's Park down here. I was maybe 5, 6, 7. First and earliest memories of football was down at Hampden watching Queen's Park. Maybe 400 or 500 people down watching them. I'm 5 minutes away. You know, I grew up here, go to school round the corner, so you know, to score here at Hampden was a dream come true, and something that I couldn't write. You know, family were here, and Claire Emsley tells a funny story that she turned round after my goal went in, and my dad was crying and in floods of tears, so he won't appreciate me saying that, but as a family it was full circle. We spent every Saturday down here when we were young and we were growing up, did the football camps down here, and I was lucky, fortunate enough that I was one of the people that managed to get to play here, so I don't take it for granted, and it's a dream come true. Yeah, when I ruptured my ACL, I was devastated. You know, I'd heard about it, and you've got good friends that do it, but you never think it'll be you. So when it happened, it was awful. I was heartbroken. I couldn't really get my head around it. That happened in November 2019. Unfortunately for me, lockdown hit March 2020. There was so much uncertainty, not only in football, but in life and everything. So really my rehab was to the grander scheme, not that big to anybody else, but for me, you know, I wasn't going to let it stop me. Every single morning, hail, rain, snow, whatever it was, we were out on the pitch in the back garden, fast feet, jumps, building a gym in the spare room. So it really was sort of absolutely crazy, and I can probably confidently say there was no ACL rehab like it for anybody else, because the world went on pause. I was so lucky that I could shut off from football, focus on me. I'm really fortunate that by the time July came and I went back for pre-season, I was back training. So as blunt as it may seem, you know, an ACL can be a career ender for some people, and the reality is that could have been me with the timing. So I'm so fortunate, and I really do owe a lot of it to my dad. So if he wasn't there and throughout the rehab, I don't know if I would still be playing football, still be playing it full time, you know, as a job, and ultimately would I ever have represented Scotland again. So he's been a massive part throughout my career, but it was really highlighted during that rehab. So we really were in it together, and as I say, Dad had his professional head on, made sure everything was done, but you know, when push came to shove and I was maybe having bad days or setbacks and I was upset, he's still my dad, and you know, that professional facade goes away, and Dad comes back out, it's an arm round the shoulder, and those that know me know that I'm probably a very dramatic person, but I don't think I'm being dramatic when I'm saying that if it wasn't for my dad during lockdown, during my rehab, I don't know if my career would still be here. Ultimately, I don't know if I would still be playing football. And at times during that rehab, you know, when lockdown hit and the uncertainty was, gyms were closed and everything, the thought of playing for Scotland was a million miles away. You know, I was learning to walk, learning to run, and ultimately just wanting to function in daily life again. So yeah, if it wasn't for my dad, I don't think I'd be standing here today. So Dad, thank you for everything. Don't worry, I'll be back slagging you and taking the mick out you, no problem, but thank you. And for everyone else, you know, to have somebody like you with their back is ultimately what everyone needs, so thank you for everything.